Hi, it's Coach Garey, and I'm back with you to share a little bit more about hypertension and high blood pressure. All right, rolling. We've established that it is one of the leading causes of death of people, either as a primary mortality rate or as a contributing factor to someone's demise. So we don't want that to happen to you. I don't want it to happen to me. And let's talk a little bit about testing your blood pressure. So you get tested every time you go visit the doctor. They're going to put the cuff on your arm and take your blood pressure. And you can do it at the pharmacy, at the drugstore. All those things are important. But the main thing to understand is the normal blood pressure is 120/80. And what that means is 120 is the pressure number, the measurement, when the heart beats and pushes the blood through. And 80 is the pressure on your arteries when in between beats. So that's the ideal. As you get older, the numbers are going to increase. We're getting older, and blood has been flowing, really literally hundreds of millions of quarts of blood have been flowing through your veins. And this is really a plumbing system, right? And pipes tend to wear out over time. So there's some things you can do that we're going to talk about to prevent the wearing out and the premature wearing out of our plumbing system. I'm going to break it down into two things. So toxins, as I mentioned in the previous video, we talked about oxidative stress. So oxygen is a really cool thing. We need oxygen to be alive, to stay alive, and to thrive. We need oxygen. But oxygen at the same time, if you've noticed those pipes that are not stainless steel, they can rust over time. And if you've driven through the mountains, which I did this past weekend, and you see the iron ore in the rocks in the mountains, that is rust from the corrosive nature of oxygen. So that oxidative stress is important to consider. And what we do is we use nutrition as an antioxidant, right? So that's really our fruits and vegetables, to be quite frank with you. And then there's some herbs as well that we'll talk about. We're going to talk a little bit about the toxins in our environment. Those are exotoxins. And then there's toxins inside our body just from our own bodily processes where we produce poison. We produce toxic substance that needs to be eliminated and detoxed out of your body through how do we get rid of these things? We breathe out the carbon dioxide, right? We have our sweat glands that a lot of the toxins come out through sweat. And we have this lymph system. The lymph system is a fluid system, but there's no pump. There's no heart that pushes liquid through the lymph system. And so the lymph moves only when we move. So in other words, you got to get up out of the chair. This watch here tells me every hour that I got to take a break and stand up and get moving. So that's a smart watch. So getting up and moving every day. And so my recent regimen that I've started is to get 10,000 steps a day. It's a pretty common goal that people have. And it's about 5 miles. And I don't walk at a super fast pace, but any type of exercise is going to be good for you and be one of those very important features into reducing hypertension and high blood pressure. So we've got endotoxins inside of our body that are produced just through the metabolic burning of energy, and creation and burning of energy. That whole metabolic system, the endocrine system, all our glands working together in order to help us to thrive and stay alive. So there's this balance that we always need. The exotoxins are from your environment. So that is the paint on the walls. That is the air that you're breathing in your house. That is taking into account that the grout in the bathroom might be getting moldy, things like that. Cat dander, dust and mites. There's protozoa in the environment that are parasitic and try to invade our system. All these exotoxins and all these endotoxins have to be kept balanced with your immune system. And that is part of the reason that we can have damage in our arteries, is from having those particulates, those endotoxins especially, and also exotoxins invading our glands and producing poisons that rub the arteries, the interior walls of the arteries, and rub them the wrong way and causing extra friction that you don't need. You want that interior artery lining to be very, very smooth. So endotoxins, exotoxins, we're going to keep a balance on that. And in the next video, we're going to talk about how to mitigate all these things. Congratulations on your journey to optimal health. Over here, we have the Knowledge Library, where you are welcome to dive in and keep learning.